Practically in all anime's existence on TV, the series, disregarding its genre and theme, has been always linked at some degree to merchandising that exploits their fame and popularity. Something that's always inserted as part of the story is some article, item, or character that could be merchandised, mostly in the shape of a toy or game. With the Little Prince series, this is something that's always there, because it's based in a card game, but like very few series, this product placement doesn't get in the way of the story's development, working more like an accessory that adds an appeal since the cards are related to the magical girl's clothes. Little Prince is the story of three little girls that are found by the Land of the Tales emissaries to become the representative princesses that will save the earth, and it's because that the Land of Tales is in risk of disappearing because the loss of happiness stones that look like stars in their sky, which give them energy to exist and can only be obtained when they make the people happy. As its name describes it, the Land of Tales is another world where the lands and characters from the fairy tales are real, because there's persons that dream and believe in them. This is important because the three protagonist girls are chosen because each one of them dream with princesses from different tales, having Ringo that likes Snow White, Reira that likes Cinderella, and Natsuki that likes Princess Kaguya. So each one of them is accompanied by an emissary called Magipet, which gives them a gem that becomes a transformation bracelet, which at the same time becomes into a wand, transforming each one into their respective princess, with the skill to sing. And the three of them together, they become the popular and mysterious idols group Little Prince, which is the contraction of Little Princess, being accompanied and helped Ringo by Sei the parakeet, Reira by Dai the dormouse, and Natsuki by Ryoku the dragon. With the transformation, the girls, besides growing up like their respective teenage princesses, thanks to their magic they can sing, helping many persons in trouble with their act. In addition, sometimes they get the chance of being close to the three girls' idol, the singer Wish. Since the start of the series, is very notorious how it's inspired in two of the more important classic series of the magical girls genre, in Creamy Mami on the feature about the little girls that become idol singers, and mainly in Minky Momo because the story follows many of the same ideas, from the fantasy land to the protagonist's mission of recovering happiness stones, which is similar to the gems of the crown of Fenarinasa. Even Ringo's outfit is similar to Momo's. Thanks to this is a series that takes the original formulas of the magical girls genre, giving more relevance to the fantasy, adventure, and daily life of the children features, so it's very recommended for little girls and appropriate for audiences of any ages.
一番好きなアップルパイぽちゃりたくないけどとまんまいガラスの靴履き忘れてかぼちゃの馬車にするされた満月にうっとりしてたらいきなりガーガー雨模様
Here we have Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica, also known as Puella Magi Madoka Magica, one of the more relevant series on the magical girls genre on the 2010 decade that, similar to Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura, it marked a change and a different way to see the genre, taking its story a realistic, tragic, and epic perspective. This is the story of the protagonist Madoka Kaname, a junior high school student that, like in many other series in the genre, she meets a strange creature called Cubate that offers to concede her any wish, in exchange of becoming a magical girl with certain responsibilities. But instead of becoming immediately a magical girl, when she meets another magical girls like Mami Tomoe and Homura Akemi, they suggest her to think about her decision because it will bring her great consequences, both positive and negative. So these magical girls, together with her friend Sayaka, show and explain Madoka their experiences as magical girls and their mission of stopping and kill strange characters that they call them witches, because these get their power from people's negative emotions, leading them to their demise and even their death. This battle with the witches are very dangerous, because them and the magical girls use their magic to face a lethal combat, where the end is defined with the death of one of them. So along the series, we'll watch the situation of each magical girl, their lifestyle, and their attitude to their circumstances, while Kyubey takes advantage of the situation of each girl to recruit them and get some benefit. Something interesting of this series is that it makes a deeper analysis on the motivations and implications of becoming a magical girl, the nature of the magic, and the original goal of the magical companion Kyubey. So instead of being a light series, it's a dramatic series with realistic situations and many tragical moments that at some point becomes epic. Besides, it's important to note this series' quality and visual style, very astounding and imaginative, mostly during the fights of the magical girls, exploiting the possibilities that gives the animation media on the sequences and scenes. This series in general takes the legacy of magical girl series that take a tragic point of view of the genre, like Utakata, accompanied with a memorable visual design and good music, which earned it many prizes and a great recognition from the media. Madoka Magica, besides having the original TV series, it also has movies that extend the original story and its universe. And because its kind of story is not recommended for every audiences, because it contains graphic violence at some degree and very crude situations that the characters have to face. The visual aesthetics that show the Magical Girls series is so attractive that in more recent series it has been used this theme to make omake, which are short episodes where the creators imagine fictional scenarios or situations in which characters of known series are inserted. Time Paladin Sakura differs from that kind of shorts because besides being longer, it tells a complete story by itself, in addition of not depending on what is already known from its origin series, that in this case is DC da Capo. In this short adventure, we follow Sakura Yoshino's story, who is one of the Time Paladins who are responsible of preventing and correcting the timeline distortions, stopping bandits that do something that modifies the story, and fighting against intertemporal monsters. This series is shonen style since it contains a lot of action, and the magical girl and the team she belongs are a modernized version of Shinto priestesses, because besides that they use technology, their powers are based on cards that are like magical charms. And the magical girl's contents is shown on the protagonist with her own outfit that she uses when moving into action, and the spells she uses to fight, besides having the typical magical companion. The story isn't something original, but can be fun, and because it doesn't contain explicit violence nor fan service, it could be suitable for any audiences, but recommended for men. Hokago no Pleiades is a small series that tells us in a summarized way, in 4 episodes, the story of Subaru, a junior high school student that likes to see the stars, and thanks to this, she got the potential to become a magical girl. In her adventure, she first meets the boy Minato when entering by accident with her latent power to a garden in another dimension. In their short meeting, they make a bond between them. But he looks confused, so we don't know what will be his destiny. A short time after this, Subaru meets by accident an alien that induces her to be the 5th member of a magical girls team that have the mission of collecting stars. These actually are the energy and transportation by which this alien reached the Earth, having spread when he crashed, so he needs their help to go back to his world. but these stars have with them a great power that someone else will want for his own purposes, so the girls will have to face him to protect the ones they already have and get the rest of them. This short series has a stars theme and an animation according to that theme, made by Gainax. This series was originally broadcast on YouTube, both in Japanese and subtitled in English, and has a light tone, so it's suitable for any audiences. It had some success, so it was announced a movie the same year, but it has been delayed its launch date many times. Magical Star Canon is another of the increasingly common Magical Girl short series that are derived from another series from another genre. In this case, these only episodes come from the Kami no Mi Soshiro Sekai series. This short story follows the adventure of Kanon Nakagawa, a popular idol that besides singing, she has her own TV series where she turns into a magical girl. This identity on TV is also very popular, because many little girls admire her, believing some of them that she may be a real magical girl, besides being admired by the magical girl Alicia, who is her schoolmate. But the day when the auditions to choose the little girl that will become her little sister on the series is held, a spirit that is wandering enters the studio, turning Kanon into a little girl and taking her identity. Then we'll watch Kanon with the help of Alicia to try to capture the spirit while they prevent that disaster occurs on the auditions, showing Kanon that she can create magic thanks to her best quality. The story of this short episode reminds us classic magical girl idol series that besides having magic powers that make them grow, they are popular singing idols like Fancy Lala and Creamy Mami. And since it presents this kind of story where the little girls and their designs are important, it's very recommendable for them and suitable for any audiences. Fate Calais Liner Prisma Ilia is another of the increasing series of magical girls that are adaptations to that genre of existing series that belong to another genres, in most of the cases taking advantage of the fanservice and visual attractive that can show the magical girls. This is the story of the girl Ilia, an elementary school student that's chosen by the living magic wand, Ruby, to become into a magical girl that will have the mission of fighting and getting the class cards for a mages association. This magic wand arrives to Ilia's town because it came as the mage Rin Tosaka assistant to complete that mission of getting the cards. But because of her behavior and misuse of its power, Ruby refuses to work for her. Together with Green, it came the mage Lubia, who is her rival, bringing with her as her assistant the living magic wand called Sapphire, that in the same way as with Green, it refuses to work for her, choosing Miyu as the other magical girl that will become Ilia's rival, even if she doesn't perceive her like that. This series, similar to the series where it came, Fate's Stay, from Type Moon, it isn't much recommended for a female audience because the kind of story and much of its contents is made to be appealing for a male audience, including fanservice, some action, and a simple and somewhat linear story shown in style. The influences for this story are very notorious, following a similar concept like Cardcaptor Sakura's, and many visual and story features common in lyrical Nanoha, reinforcing its aim for a male audience. Besides, since it's based in Fate's Stay, many of its characters appear with another identity, like Ilia the magical girl, who is guided by Rin, Shiro Emiya as her brother, and the warriors as magic cards that can come to life who fight the same Holy Grail war. you.